Let's see if this works. Should be able to. My mic should be on. Oh, okay. Yeah, nice. Hey, I'm going to be drawing some icons for my Discord server because I just found out that I could do that, and I figured why not just have some fun with that. So, see if I can come up with anything fun. Um, I'm gonna try to play some music for you guys, just because I know it's kind of boring just hearing me talk. But I'll try to keep things a little civil here. Let's see. What do I got? Do I got anything? I'll keep it up the overclocked remixes, but who knows? Sometimes this music gives me issues, but we'll figure this out. By the way, hi everyone. So yeah, I made a Discord server for my Patreon, which I just opened up recently. I'm gonna try a couple new things this month, um, just for the heck of it. Um, I don't know if I'm gonna start, if I should bring the Discord public yet, but it'll really all depend. Um, if I can do streams more often, I will. It really all depends. Right now it's exclusive to Patreon, but I don't know. It'll all depend. Again, I have no idea. Uh, what's my response for those who say they wish they can draw? Well, honestly, it really takes persistence. If you want to find your center, your style, your theme, you need to really look for it. Um, Not everyone can draw, um, but if you can find something that you are comfortable with style wise, you should just continue with it and improve on it, or find a way that you're comfortable with it enough to continue with it. So really, it's not so much if they say they wish they can draw. If they don't want to pursue it, then I don't know what else to say about it. Uh, because you can wish you could do anything, but you need to like actively pursue something if you really want to do it. So if they wish they can draw, it's more so that they just suddenly want to know how to do it without going into the process of drawing. It's like, hey, I wish I could cook, but in order to learn how to cook, you need to teach yourself to, and you need to take the initiative to pursue that sort of thing that you wish you could do. Otherwise, it's just an empty wish. So, really, it's like, how dedicated are you to this wish? Do you. Because honestly, it's like, when I was a kid and I said I wish I could draw, or I wish I could. It's not so much that I wished I could draw, it was more like I wish I could do something better. Then I just actively pursued ways to make my drawing better. So you can wish on something, but it's not really actively pursuing it. So if someone is actually trying to do something but they think it's tough, then it's not really for them. Because, I can't really say that everyone can draw because, it takes a particular type of patience. Um, and some people can do it, some people can't. It's just about as much as anything else. It's like, repairing something is not necessarily something I can do. I can try it, but I'm not good at it. But so it's not really something that I actively pursue anyway. But I respect people who can do it. And as much as I wish I could be better at it, it's not something that I'm necessarily actively trying to pursue. And, it's a shame when sometimes people will realize that, they'll realize sometimes, later or sooner, that it's like this is something that they don't really want to pursue anymore. So, and that's fine. You just got to really find your calling. Find something that you're good at. Nothing is necessarily better or worse than the other thing. It's just, you know, And it's also self-satisfaction as well. It's like if you're trying to pursue something and you're not really happy with it, then you might as well just continue on with something else. Um, I don't know if this is really going to look good as an icon, but I'm going to try. uh, but what I mean is that if you're not happy doing something, even though it's like something you felt that you've always wanted to do, like say someone who wants to draw is not happy with it and will continually say like, well, I'm trying and I'm doing and I'm doing everything I can, but it's not making me happy, then it's like you have to kind of like push yourself back a little bit and you know place your cards somewhere else. Just kind of reevaluate what it is that you necessarily want to do to make yourself happy, because you can draw or try to draw as much as possible, but if it's not making you happy, then what, there really is no point. Hey, Izzy. But basically the question is like, what do you say to someone who says they wish they knew they could draw? It's like, I don't know. I just feel like there's a difference between wishing and trying. I don't know how appropriate this kind of quote would be, but there was a Mystery Science Theater quote from Mike. He says, well, wish in one hand and crap in the other and see which one piles up first. As rude as that is, it's kind of true, you know. By the way, I'm using the headsets that I used to have for work. I brought them home with me. These are really cool headsets. The only problem that I have with it is that it really drowns out the sound like everywhere, so I can't really hear myself talk. So I don't know how I really sound to everyone. Um, it's funny because like I also apply that logic to Ratatouille, um, where everyone not it's like it's not so much that anyone can cook, or in this way everyone can draw, but it's like a good artist or a good cook can come from anywhere. So it's not so much that everyone can do it. It's just that it it's really for those who really love it and pursue it. If that makes sense. I'm really curious because I'm putting a lot of details into this. How this is going to look uh, smaller. So we'll see what happens. You gotta have heart. I'm like on the fifth season of Community right now. I forgot who the hell the name is of the guy who replaced Pierce, the old guy. I really don't. I really forgot who it was. What's his name on the show? I haven't really been paying attention to it much, honestly. But I know that sounds like I'm not really paying attention to it. It's just like I have a difficult enough time remembering names in reality. If I have to remember a name on a show, it's like it has to be told to me millions of times. But yeah, the old guy that they replaced, Pierce, who is Chevy Chase, I honestly like this new guy so much better. And I kind of wish that he was in the whole show instead of Chevy Chase because you really get this sense of arrogance about Chevy. And I hate to say that because it's like, you know, I don't really know Chevy personally, but I've heard some stories about him. Um, just just like from celebrity gossip and stuff like that. I listen to a podcast called Gilbert Godfrey's Amazing Colossal Podcast, and they talk a lot about old celebrities and stuff like that. And usually when Chevy is brought up, it's like, yeah, we hear a lot of stories, but we also hear a lot of, well, he was always nice to me, which is true. It's like that's a thing. That's a thing that happens. So, it's like it's not so much that this person is clearly a jerk. It's just given certain circumstances, this guy is probably a jerk, but you know, they're probably not a complete jerk. It's just sad that there's so many creative differences in the way they work that just kind of like butts heads with other creators. And certainly it happened on Community. I can tell you that. Um, but also, it's like when you think about it, it's like there was a lot of stuff that they did with Pierce that I guess Chevy wasn't really gelling with. Um, because it's like they were making him super racist, like super uncomfortable racist, and but you still are supposed to like him as a redeeming character. And I can understand Chevy Chase not really enjoying that. And I'm kind of like on his side about it, but at the same time, it's like, you know, I also heard stories like he wouldn't come to the set on time. He would leave without talking to people in a huff. Um, One of those like confrontational sort of things. And listen to me talk about listen to me talk about celebrities I don't even know. But it's just stuff that I heard. Uh, but at the same time, it's like, given that sort of scenario, I kind of understand where he's coming from. It's like, sometimes you don't want to, you didn't sign up to be this sort of character, and you're just kind of written in that. It's like, and at that point, you think, well, shouldn't it be part of the writer's deal to just kind of like make it work in the actor's favor instead of, you know, complaining about it? Or at least like, I don't know. Something must have happened between, whatever happened during the show. But all I'm saying is that you know there was creative differences, and unfortunately, it kind of steamrolled into something worse. Which I honestly think either party didn't really look good in that regard. But I mean, I really respect Dan Harmon. I think he's a really neat guy. Um, well, I wouldn't say neat. I think he's an interesting person, and he does have a lot of interesting and very thoughtful, provoking things to say. And it's yeah, just shit happens. But like I said, creative differences and blah blah blah. But with that said, again, I really like the guy that they replaced Pierce with. So yeah, win some, you lose some, and I don't know how much else is left of this show. I didn't check. I'm gonna assume that it's about. Was it 6 seasons or was it just 5 seasons? Because I know they keep mentioning like 6 seasons in a movie, and I don't really think they actually reached 6 seasons. I could be wrong. Um, but at either rate, I think I'm getting close to it finishing off because Toby left in the 5th season. Um, well, Toby's not a part, and they've been trying to do some other stuff with newer characters, and I think that's like telling that the show is kind of dwindling now. Remember, I'm watching this show super late. It's like I have not seen this show when it aired. I know the show's been canceled a long time ago. Uh, Also, considering the fact that Joel McHale is also has his own show again on Netflix, which is I guess more like like that Talk Soup show that he had. Was that him? Guys, please jog my memory. Remember like when I think it was ETV or MTV. I don't know what channel it was, but there was a show called Talk Soup, and then they just called it Soup because I don't know. Um, but it was like a show that was dedicated to poking fun at soap operas and talk shows, and I thought that was a hilarious show, honestly. And if I remember correctly, it was hosted by Joel McHale originally, and now they just kind of like brought this over to Netflix, which I gotta be honest, I've been kind of enjoying. It's gonna take a while to like warm up. It's only been 2 episodes, but I have a feeling it's gonna take a while to warm up to everyone, especially now given Netflix is starting to get like a little. I guess Netflix is starting to get a reputation now of being like not that good, which is kind of unfair because it's not so much like I don't think Netflix is it's more the people that make the content, and I don't think it's Netflix's fault, but you know, I mean, there's quality there's up and down quality in everything. Am I rambling? Oh, I just realized my desktop audio isn't on, so you're not even listening to the music I'm playing. Maybe I should turn it on just to see where things go. Oh, wow. Is it even let's see. Hmm, that's that doesn't seem good. No, it's too loud, I guess. Do I have a favorite art book? Yeah, the Mega Man 25th anniversary book. That's a great one. That's my Mega Man Bible. Okay, let me see if this works. I mean, it has to be 32 by 32, so I'm already kind of... pushing it here. Oh man, that is so pixelated. Oh my god. That's not like that's not going to look like anything. Wow, really? That small? That seems odd to me. Hmm. I wonder if I can do something different here. Well, maybe I should save this. No, I know. It's just when it's on Discord, it actually looks bigger. But I mean, they automatically resizes it. So I'm probably gonna go about a different approach to this. Um, this is just basically me goofing off a little bit. Thank you, Nathaniel. I appreciate that. Alright, let's see how this works. That actually... That actually looks not too bad. Oh, wow. And I can add animated emojis. Oh, wait, can I? No. Wait, maybe? I should try one. I don't know what I'll draw, but... Let me try this out. Let me do a little animation. Okay, so what I want to do is have some fun. I'll just make this 100 by 100 right now, and blank space. Yuck. Draw myself. Why would I want to do that? Let's see. I'll play around with this just because I'm curious. It's not going to be anything too extravagant. I also find it really like generous that there's 50 icons that I can use on this. So Nelson's Game Archive asked, so I forget, AWD, are you a furry? I want to ask you a question, Nelson. What qualifies someone as a furry? Because honestly, whenever someone asks that question, I'm not sure what exactly. I don't know what exactly qualifies to call someone a furry. I really don't. I mean, is it just because of what I draw? Um, do I have to wear a suit? It's just a curious question. I'm not trying to put you on the spot or anything. I'm just like, I'm just always curious what people's concept is of something. And sometimes it's negative, sometimes it's positive. And so it's like, but at the same time, it's like, I don't necessarily like to label myself or anyone anything, but people like labels just because it helps them categorize to either, I don't know, help them feel better about something or. Yeah, I don't necessarily know. Because I don't really honestly want to categorize myself as a furry. Because I don't really I don't really see myself as anything because I don't really. First off, I don't want to like label myself. I'll say I enjoy furry stuff because it's just comes down to what I appreciate in terms of art style or art subject matter. It's just one of those things where it's like there are people who will categorize something positively, and there are also people who will categorize it negatively. I guess it really depends on the inflection that you give, and that's hard to portray in text. I guess it's just like it's something that I don't think is easily categorized or easily label or easy to label. but it's also, I mean, it also comes down to the stigmas that are attached to it. It's like if I were to say I'm a furry, there are people out there who are basically like, ew, and then will somehow just immediately consider a person disgusting for that. It's the same reason why, and I hate to like, I really hate to like put this. I don't want to be insensitive, but it's like when someone comes out as gay, there are people out there who will basically, I mean, there's two sides of it. There's like the positive side to it, where people are like, congratulative about it, and it's like, and that's just who a person is, and they have every right to be that. But there are the people that will, I mean, I see that there's also that fear of the people who do not appreciate that. You know what I mean? You kind of hope that. Oh yeah, this someone brought up. It's like someone brought up football as well. It's like there's also that. Well, what's your favorite team? Well, I like the Eagles. What? You like the Eagles? I like the Raiders. And then they get into a fight, and there's that stigma. It's like there's the people who will be like, oh, I'm accepting of your choice in team. I don't know what I'm doing here, actually. I'm just having pixels nodding. And I really don't know what to do beyond this. I mean, this is also going to become smaller as well, so it's probably not going to look as good smaller, but I'll try something. I really just wanted to do this to test something out. Bark in public. I have dogs that do that. I'm kidding. I don't have a dog. But I know dogs who do that. They have a tail all the time and bark in public. I have a cat who barks in private. Nope, no requests. Sorry. Okay, so what I'm basically doing is I'm drawing pixels nodding. That's about it. I really I really had no other plan. I had no plan on this animation whatsoever. Oh, by the way, oh crap. And now I feel like I need to go to Little Tokyo again tomorrow because I've been bit by the collector bug again. Um, I I went to this place in Little Tokyo, which is now they now sell games, and they're imports from Japan, which is amazing. They don't have everything, but honestly, it's a good chunk. Um, it's a good chunk of stuff and selections and consoles and stuff. So when they had a soft opening, I bought a Famicom and like a really really good non-tanned one. It's like I basically got like the cleanest Famicom they have. And when I went today, I bought the cleanest Super Famicom they had, and it came in box. And I was like, okay, I've got bit. And then they had like a Famicom disk system, which is the connector to the Famicom, which is it's just a peripheral you add to it. So I decided to finally buy that, and I'm like, wow, now I have the thing that I had on my wish list for the longest time. So, dang. I really would just want to go back and kind of like, because it was just so overwhelming at the time. I was with a friend as well, and I didn't want to like keep him up. Uh, but I wanted to look at the games as well, but it was more the consoles I was looking at. So I don't know. This is gonna look weird. uh, I think it'll be okay. Just bobbing her head to the music. So now I gotta make another animation folder. And I'm going to put this below. So this is going to be the color folder. Little Tokyo and LA. Los Angeles. Spice! But yeah, I want to go back and I want to look for games now, because I didn't really get a chance to look through all the stuff. But it's like I feel like everything has kind of been picked clean because they just opened recently. Um, so I don't know. I'm a little hopeful. Sometimes when stores like that open, especially like in California, they get picked clean because there are so many collectors in California and resellers as well that are just like they they there's just that collector mentality lately, and I'm one of them. And I just want to find games on my wish list, and a lot of them are pretty rare now. Like I asked them if I could get Harmful Park, and they said like, "Oh yeah, you could probably get it for like $350." And I'm like, wow, that is a lot more than the last time I saw it. So ain't no chance I'm gonna be getting Harmful Park for the PlayStation anymore. Oh yeah, I had Taiyaki too. You've recently started collecting at Disney Infinity figures. I might get rid of mine. I'm kind of upset that they killed Disney Infinity, and I have every Disney Infinity figure except for Nemo, and now it's like I don't even have OCD about it. Usually when I have like a collection of stuff, it's like, you know, I kind of have that feeling of, oh, I need to get everything. But there's that one figure in the Disney Infinity stuff, and they're all in my drawer, and I'm just like, these look great, but oh my god, I feel like I made a mistake. I bet on the wrong horse. And I don't even think it's worth anything now. I mean, you could probably get Disney Infinity stuff for cheap anywhere you go. Even the older stuff, right? It's a real shame. Oh god, Beanie Babies. But yeah, it's like I really liked the look of Disney Infinity. I was hoping they'd continue making them, but I think when it comes to Disney stuff and when they do like digital media things like games and whatever, you really shouldn't get into it because they'll probably kill it off really fast. And they'll only focus on the popular stuff, which is kind of not what I'm into. I really hate the Angelina Jolie uh, Maleficent one. It just feels like why why do this if you're gonna kill it off so fast? And they've really done that with like every kind of like collector thing they've done. You keep thinking it's like, oh, they're gonna keep making more and more of this with all of their properties, but really they aren't, or they won't, and they'll cut it off, and then you'll just kind of feel empty because it's like, oh, I thought this was gonna keep going, but no. I think there was like a an app game that I was into where it was like I was hoping that they would continue making more stuff for it, but they just kind of like stopped. And then it's like, dang. Well, I was hoping this would be bigger. It's like that with Transformers as well. It's like I always kind of wish they continue with a certain line, but then they stop, and it just makes me not want to collect them anymore. I loved the Transformers animated line, but they just kind of like stopped. But it also goes part to part with, I guess, like how well the show goes, you know? So really, it's like I know what they're trying to go for. They're just trying to go with their marketing instincts. And yeah, I just don't want to bet on that horse anymore. So I don't know. I might be getting rid of. I'm thinking about getting rid of my Transformers now that we're in that subject. I really want to kind of get rid of my Disney Infinity figures, but I kind of need to make money off of them. I feel like if I'm going to get rid of them, I need to try to get something back because I really feel ripped off with that line. And also I kind of want to clear up cupboard space because they're taking up a lot of space in my in my game room, and I kind of want to just get rid of them. Like, can anyone tell me how much like a full set of Disney Infinity figures would go for? Like, including the games. Because I also have like I have a freaking special edition Marvel thing where it's like I think I got rid of the box though. But it's that platform with all of the Avengers when the Avengers came out. So I really just kind of want to get rid of that. And I don't know. I'm like half and half about my Transformers collection. I really like my the animated line that I have, but like looking at it, I'm just kind of like, I can, I kind of maybe it's like if I start like looking through it and I start dusting it off, I'll be like, no, kind of want to keep it, but you know. They had cards, but I think they were like uh, for the Disney Infinity thing, they had like cards that came with them, but I think they were like they were for downloadable codes or something. So they're not. Those cards are kind of worthless, as far as I know. But I have those as well. I mean, they're somewhere. And you guys should know that I love trading cards. I still have like a bunch of trading cards from when I was a kid. I kind of always wanted to make my own trading cards, but it's like you can't really do that now. They don't really have like a set trading card like custom print that you could do. It's either make a oh, what's it called? Like the playing cards. You can make playing cards, but those aren't trading cards. They're cards with the curved edges. I think that's boring. Not quite the word that I actually should use for that. I'm just saying I like the traditional trading card look. Uh, yeah. I just slowly stopped getting into Transformer collecting, and I'm probably gonna end up getting rid of most of them. I'll probably keep one or two, just because I really like them. I just like those characters in particular. But yeah, I want to keep my Devastator, the Combiner one. I think that one's the best one. All right, let's export this. First, save it. Whoops! What the heck? Whoa! What happened there? Huh? Kind of messed up. I don't know why. Hmm. Oh well. Dinobot Combiner? Nah. As I said, I'm not really into Transformers, so I don't really keep up with the information anymore. I don't really want to get into it anymore. I'm kind of done collecting them, and I'm probably gonna sell the ones that I have. Okay, so I think this needs to be at 32. So let's just export it at 32. Oops, and I want to keep the frame rate 24. Okay, let's see if this worked. Try to upload. Yep. It worked. I can't believe this. Someone told me I had to like subscribe to something in order to make animated icons, but oh no. This emoji doesn't work because it's animated. Discord Nitro can solve all of that. Click user settings Nitro for details. Oh darn it. Yeah, apparently that's true. What a buzzkill. I worked really hard on this. Oh well. At least I know at least I know now. what am I going to do now? I kind of wasted all this time on that animated GIF only to find out I can't do it. Maybe I'll just do like one for pixels anyway. Careful of any SMS you get on Discord. I got one. I accidentally clicked the link and got a bad virus. Ooh. Oh my god. What the hell? SMS? Oh, DMs. DMs, not SMS. Oh, what time is it? Oh my gosh, it's already 10:30. I didn't think it would be. I was up this late already. Anyhow. I think I'm gonna just, well, I'm gonna do one more drawing and then I'm gonna stop. Because it's already a little late, but, yeah. Let's see. Tomorrow I'll probably do a little bit more drawing because it's Sunday. Not really, I don't really have a whole lot to do. I'm on break for a while, so we'll see how this March goes. Lousy Smarch weather. Am I interested in the Oscars? No, not necessarily. I mean, I wanted to see Get Out. I heard that it was on Netflix, but when I checked, it wasn't there. That's the only one that I haven't seen yet. And I'm still interested, and I want to see it, but, yeah, it hasn't been easy to find. A friend of mine got a screener, but he hasn't seen it yet either, so I don't know. I can make GIFs too with this program. Have you ever watched My Hero Academia? I haven't watched it, but I'm reading the manga. And I'm kind of slowly losing interest in it. um, it's kind of weird because it's like, I actually really liked the arena stuff. I'm not really too into the story stuff. Which honestly, for me, that's like a bad sign because I usually don't like arena stuff. I think the most arena like anime that I've ever really enjoyed was Yu Yu Hakusho. Have you ever envisioned who would voice my characters? Honestly, it's that's been a difficult that's been a difficult thing for me. I probably should research it better, but I'm always kind of curious what other people think my character should be voiced as. And please don't say like Tara Strong or something like that. It's just I'm trying to find like unique portrayals of my characters, and I'd like to know what people think. Um, I have like it's easier for me to kind of find more wacky characters to voice than it is like characters that are a little bit more serious or characters that I guess are a little bit more down to earth. Like Riley, it's like I can't I don't know who I would be able to find. Oh yeah, Rena Chan's I know who Rena is. She's a nice person. Um, I don't know. Maybe I should ask her to try and voice one of my characters. I don't know. Could happen. How come people aren't automatically becoming patrons on Discord? Christina V. I'm not sure who that is. Furries are the traps of the animal kingdom? That doesn't even make any sense. What Super Sentai are you talking about? There's a lot of Super Sentai. Is there a Super Sentai that I like? Nothing really is coming to mind. So I'm not sure. I like how that one idiot just came in, said gay, and then left. Or said something about furries and then left. His first word, you could already tell he was not of sound mind, so. Whatever. Someone who's going to come into a chat room and use gay as a derogatory is not going to be a sound mind person anyway. Do I get a lot of people like that on my streams? Nah, I don't. Thankfully. Once in a while it'll happen, but, you know, why would you want to... I usually try to ignore that kind of stuff. Sometimes it's like it's hard to ignore, but at the same time it's like that these this person doesn't really matter anyway in the long run. So, you know, I'm actually kind of happy I haven't been getting a lot of like, you know, I don't want to jinx it, but I haven't really gotten a whole lot of negative commentary a lot lately. I used to get like a lot of like really harsh commentary. Um, like I think about a couple months ago it started to stop, thankfully. So, you know, the less you acknowledge that kind of stuff, I guess the less it kind of happens. Yeah, I mean, there's people who are just not going to be able to gauge, you know, their own kind of idiocy. So really, it's like all you can kind of do is just not give them give them any kind of recognition for it. So the less recognition they get, I guess the more they'll realize they're doing kind of a crappy thing. And honestly, it's like, you can't really laugh at everything. You can't really laugh something off, especially if it's like really harmful. Like, I would get like death threats, uh, which has stopped. And again, I don't want to jinx it, but, you know, shit like that happens. It's like, it's just people just talking a big game, but at the same time, it's like, why bother worrying about people like that who just want to spend their lives trying to make other people miserable because they're miserable themselves. And they won't acknowledge it, but they are. And yet I'm the one going to therapy. Hmm. Am I hearing myself? I hope not. I feel like there's some weird noises coming from my headphones. And this is a new set, too. Or, I mean, it's new to this computer. I've been wearing these at work. And at work, it's just mainly plug and play kind of stuff. I haven't really been using it for the microphone or anything. It is a really neat headset. It's a little bothersome because it's hard to hear anything around it. They really cancel sound, which for some people is a good thing. But for me, it's like I kind of need to be wary of my surroundings. Tom and Jerry movie I worked on. Hey, Winter Sun. If you want to watch the Tom and Jerry movie that I worked on, my scene that I boarded was, I think it was supposed to be like a 10-minute scene, and by the end of, I guess, editing, they figured, oh crap, we gotta like wrap this up if we want it to be under time. And so my scene was cut rather considerably. And like mine is like probably one of the last scenes of the movie. Uh, so you're probably not going to get much from me, but whatever. Enjoy. I really kind of appreciate those Tom and Jerry direct to video movies because they have a lot of talent that went behind those movies. It's just such a shame that they kind of got a little ruined by overseas. I hate to say that because those are hardworking people too, but I mean, once you there's a totally completely different language that overseas animators are working with, so it's not going to come back super perfect. Uh, but like that Willy Wonka Tom and Jerry movie, I mean, people laugh about that, but it's like I and I laugh about it too. But at the same time, it's like I look at that and I think of all the people that were behind it and saying like, wow, there were so many great animators and so many great designers that made some wonderful stuff. And looking at the behind the scenes stuff, it's like all those designs were fantastic. Dan Haskett did a wonderful job. There's some other animators that I can't remember the name of that worked on it and did like a layout and keyframing, and once that goes overseas, it's kind of traced a little bit. It's like they don't really use their drawings. They're just kind of like using their drawings as a placeholder, and and then they just kind of like use that, and they just work with what they have, and they do it themselves, and then it comes back, and unfortunately sometimes it gets butchered in the process, and I feel so bad for all the people that worked on that, because when it comes back it's like, well, what do we keep it, or how much time do we have before this has, oh well, we only have so much time, so we got to keep what we have and edit a little bit. So, you know, yeah, that's what happens. Is my microphone going to my desktop audio? I'm not double dipping on audio, am I? No. Because sometimes I feel like when I'm a little louder, I can hear myself. But like what I'm saying is that it's, people make fun of the what these things that when it comes back, but they don't really realize what went behind it, and it's unfortunate because like all these people that worked so hard on it, kind of like, I don't know, I feel like they were kind of robbed of something, you know, but you know, it just happens. It just happens. But yeah, overseas animation. It's like I also have to give props to them as well because there's a lot of people that work really hard, like wherever they're from. It's they're dedicated to their craft and they want to do a good job. And also, you have to realize that some of these studios overseas are working on like 50 shows at once, and that's pretty crazy. So I have differentiating thoughts on a lot of this stuff. So I basically, it comes down to just go easy on people when it's a show that you might not like. Like I see a lot of people giving Steven Universe crap now. What the hell? It's like I'm seeing a lot of posts on Tumblr where it's just like, "Oh, a great animated show, right? This is what people have been touting over. It looks like crap." And I'm like, "What? Why are people being so bitchy and catty about a show that first off, people really liked, and then afterwards it's like now they're just complaining about people liking it for being good or something? I don't know. Either way, I don't really watch Steven Universe personally. But still, it's like I realize there's a lot of hard work that goes behind it, And I really think people are making mountains out of molehills on a lot of stuff. It's like they're kind of nitpicking and just kind of like looking for stuff to complain about. You know what I mean? It's just a real shame. Having been in this business only to have it being bitched at by people who don't know anything about the craft behind it, it's pretty insulting. But at the same time, it's like I don't. Who cares what these people think? But there's also people who think that these kind of commentaries should be like highly regarded, like their criticism really matters. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, no, not everyone's criticism really matters. I mean, yeah, I mean, sometimes it does, but it's like, don't take what everyone says to heart. Like, I mean, people can like and dislike whatever they want. It's just stop making it such a like one-sided idea. Uh, okay, I need to upload this now. How did I do this? Yeah, I'm starting to get tired. There we go. Well, also, it's like, I think there's also kind of a focus on certain commentaries where it's like, generally, like take for instance, just as an example, if a movie comes out, or let's say a trailer of a movie comes out, and generally people are really excited about the movie coming out. But then there's like one or two comments that pop up on the timeline, and then people see that, and then all of a sudden there's like, let's say there's like some journal websites out there like Kotaku or something like that, just an example, that will basically take those comments, like probably a few of them, and say like people are really hating the new trailer for this upcoming movie. And then it's like people will see that, and then they will basically either take that as now it's a fight, or we got to join in these people to say that this is terrible because this was brought into a spotlight. So and I've seen that happen. I've seen that where it's just like people really don't like this, even though it's been proven there's only been a couple instances out there. It's like the Tide Pod thing. It's like there was really only a couple instances of people being an idiot, and then people took that out of context and started talking about it, and then a bunch of like news outlets started saying like, "Oh, now children are eating Tide Pods," when it was really only a couple of them. And since that was brought to light because of the news outlets, suddenly there was like an influx of people doing that because of those news outlets. You know what I mean? This is just an example. It's like there was a video on Game Theory that talked about this a lot better than I did. But really, it's if you want to look that up, go to Game Theory and check it out. Um, he really, I really like how much that guy brings to light a lot of stuff about YouTube and news media and stuff like that. But it's like I don't know how much it's helping. You know what I mean? Um. Anyhow, I think I'm done for the night. I didn't think it was that long. Hi, Olis. I'm sorry you caught me when I'm heading out. But yeah, ow my arm. But yeah, hopefully I'll do another stream tomorrow. I hope. I just got a little excited about um, doing my Patreon thing again, and I just kind of lost track of time. So yeah. Um, But yeah, I'll try to stream some more tomorrow. If you want to go to my Patreon and help me out, please go to patreon.com/AWD. I'm going to try to post some stuff tomorrow, all God willing. So if you join that, you can also you'll be joining my Discord server. So if you want to be a part of that, that's great. I can talk about stupid shit on chat. But I won't stop doing all this. Uh, I won't stop doing the streams. So hopefully I'm gonna try to see if I can do a little bit more. Hey, Michael Lamas, no more roomies. All right, bye. Good night.